Hey everybody, this is Aurathas, and welcome back to Phoenix Point. Now that we've seen all the endings and completed the campaign, I decided I wanted to take a closer look at some of the builds in this game. Specifically, I wanted to look at the most overpowered builds in the game, and maybe discuss if they are in fact overpowered, and what could potentially be done to make them less overpowered. Now, specifically this time, I'm going to talk about the one that I feel is the most overpowered, which is the Assault Infiltrator. And let me explain why. Stealth in this game is incredibly broken, but only, let me just say this again, only if you have an Infiltrator. Because you can put on Styx body armor, a Styx helmet, which is the Infiltrator armor from Synedrian, and then the Disciples of Anu stealth leg mutation, which are the shadow legs, and get to 60% stealth. Okay? Doesn't sound so bad so far, right? Well, if you take the Infiltrator class when you decide to cross-class, or if you start out as an Infiltrator, you get a baseline stealth factor of 25. So yeah, that puts it at 85%. Great, right? However, if you take it a step further and give this equipment and this class to somebody who has the Thief ability, let me find Thief for you, you get another 25% bonus stealth, which takes you to 110%, which is freaking insane. With that number of stealth, that amount of stealth, the enemy cannot see you. You cannot be unstealthed, basically. You cannot be revealed. But again, this only works if you are an Infiltrator, because even if you have like an 80% stealth and like if you had the like an assault dude without Infiltrator having all this stealth equipment and stealth mutations, the second they fire a weapon at an enemy, they come out of stealth because they can't use like the stealth camo that Infiltrators use, which is fine. But with these guys, you can get up right in somebody's face and unload with a shotgun, specifically the Harrower's shotgun that shreds armor, and just go to town on the enemy, which I am going to demonstrate now. Now, prior to this, I would say the most powerful and exploitable build would have been the Assault Berserkers. Mainly because, once again, the shotgun at close range. But if you got the Assault Berserkers with the right random skills, you could get a dude that could use, you could have gotten a dude who could use the dash ability to move all the way across the map and still fire twice, which puts them in, which can put them in the perfect position to just mow down enemies and trigger a panic. And then just kill everybody at their leisure. However, the devs decided to nerf this, and I feel like it was a very good thing to do, because it'll make the game a bit more balanced. What they did is they now made it so dash requires not just will points, but action points. So now the best you can do is use dash twice and then fire once, or twice if you have a pistol. So yeah, they did a really good job of nerfing that. So that, I think, took that particular build out of the top overpowered builds. Now, another thing about this build, the Assault Infiltrators, that I want to demonstrate is they do an increasingly insane amount of damage the closer they get to the enemy, because if you can get close to an enemy, if you can hit an enemy while you're still unrevealed, which is all the time as an Infiltrator, you do an extra 100% damage. So your damage is doubled. Now, if you want to take it a step further, if you also attack an enemy from behind while stealth as an Infiltrator, you do a ton of shock damage, which can daze the enemy. So yeah, let's test it out. And I have the perfect map to test it out and demonstrate just how overpowered this build is. It is the final mission of the game, the Pandoran Palace. However, we are not going to complete the mission because I don't want people to, if you haven't finished the game, I don't want to spoil that for you. And the biggest concentration of enemies, for the most part, is in the first half of the mission. So Basically, this door is the end of the first half of the mission. And it's, as you can see, most likely the hardest part of the mission. That's actually definitely the hardest part of the mission because the concentration of troops you have, you know, you have sirens, you have all that. Now, the other thing that makes infiltrators so brutal is as long as you are stealthed, the enemy cannot target you with melee attacks, guns, or psychic abilities. Which means if the enemy does have a hint of where you're at, all they can do is, and they will, by the way, so be careful with this if you decide to play around with this, is use explosives. So let's say I kill this dude. Now, this is a step in the right direction that the game already has. Let's say I kill this dude, but that's it. If they can't see me, well, a few of the things will happen. Enemies outside of range will deduce that you're in this area, and they'll start moving down here to try to reveal you. They can't. They're going to try. Now, if they're within range and have explosive weapons like launchers with these dudes or artillery, they will start firing in this area in the hopes of blindly hitting you, which is kind of nasty, but it also makes sense. And also another sign that our stealth build, yeah, see, they look how close I am, and they're just like, huh, what? Nothing, right? So here we are. Now, another thing that proves that our stealth ability is overpowered is that we can walk and get adjacent to the enemy, as you just saw, and it won't reveal us. Whereas, like, these guys have full-on stealth camo. If you do not, like, if they go invisible and run away, which they do because it's called, I believe, Pain Chameleon, become invisible when dealt damage. If you move adjacent to them, like if you have if you can guess where they ran and hid, guess what? You can walk right up to them and you will reveal them, which is not something they can do to you, which again is kind of crazy. So as you can see, we are lining up for some fun. Now, I'm not entirely sure how many shots it's going to take with a shotgun at this range to murder this Scylla, but we're definitely going to try. So we're going to try to see just how overpowered this build is. We are going to try to get behind a large number of enemy units, including the ones that are going to have the biggest hit on enemy morale. So that would be the Scyllas, and that would be the Sirens. So yeah, we're basically lining up for executions at this point. And yeah, I'm positioning right behind the enemy. See? Nothing. Nobody reacted. Nobody did anything. Ignore these dudes. These guys aren't going to factor in at any point, because they are on the other side of the wall. See, now this dude isn't going to let us get him from behind. Or he will. Never mind. Game decided to prove me wrong. So we're just going to do standby. Standby. Standby until everybody's in position, you know? Everybody needs to be in position for the impending murder spree. Move here. Nope, you're good. And then we'll end the turn, and the very next turn is going to be wholesale slaughter. Let's begin. So, if we look at our abilities, we could do rapid clearance that would give us action points to fire more and more, which we are going to do. Because, you know, why not? What does the skill do again? Rally the troops. Ready? Execution 1. Execution 2. Execution 3. Four. 5. And just like that, he's done. Now, if I want to, I could keep going, and I'm gonna. Because that's all that limited me was running out of ammo. Okay, apparently we hit our friend's weapon, which is fine. And see, we're dazing the enemy at every move. Now I have one more shot. Let's go for this dude. Okay, just like that, he's done. He can't go again. However, this dude can now kill his own little... He can go on his own little killing spree. Boom. Boom. If I really want to, I can keep firing with this dude. I don't want to do that, sorry. So yeah, now I can start shooting in this direction if I want. And start disabling body parts. Pretty crazy, right? You can reload, actually. Like, basically, the only dude right now who is not panicked are the gigantic Scyllas. That's it. So, let's do... Nah, I don't think we can use rapid... Well, just in case, let's do rapid clearance in case we kill the Scylla. Honestly, I don't think we will. But I can shred its armor right now. Then we can do rapid clearance with this person. And just like that, one of the biggest threats of the game is dead. Straight up execution. Pure and simple. Now what I can also do is I can also rally the troops. Everybody's got some skill points from that. Nah, you're not gonna be able to get any rapid. You're not gonna get any benefits from rapid clearance, so let's not even bother. Now I want these guys. So yeah, this person, full on ammo. Rally the troops. Like full on points, sorry. Okay, I want you to reload. And we're gonna just start firing at this dude. Oh, also out of ammo. Big dude down. Now he's gonna do the pain chameleon thing I mentioned. Oh, he's not. Okay. Odd that. Oh, that's why we disabled his torso. Now the shotguns are not meant to be used at long range like that. I'm aware. But, give some more will points to everybody. Take another shot at this thing's underbelly. We're going to go ahead and do rapid clearance because I'm going to get some points for this. No. I'm not done. See, what we're going to do is we're going to rally the troops everywhere. And you can now move. Say, here. Do rapid clearance. It's not going to kill anybody, I don't think. But it really doesn't need to. Because, once again, rally the troops. And we can just start murdering these dudes all over again. No. Not from there. However, what I can do is I can move up here. And just get a little bit closer to prepare for next round. Okay. Yeah, see? The enemy has no clue what's even remotely going on. And because of our lovely rapid clearance, we just keep going and going and going. See, we just about blew his leg off from that range. Okay, I need this dude to get out of the way so I can actually do something with this character. Ah, bug. She got stuck. Well, we're having a little bit of friendly fire there. All right. And that's it. We have 2 enemies still on their feet. Maybe 3. And see, he ran right up on that dude. Now, if these guys were within range, what they would do, and if they weren't panicked, what they would do is they would at least be able to extrapolate where all the murder fire came from and actually start shooting. However, since they have no clue where that came from, there's nothing they can really do anymore. Except, you know, die. We'll just go ahead and finish the job over here. And again, we'll just move up straight up to execution range. And put an end to it. And just like that, the entire first part of the game, first part of this mission, clustered with this many enemies, including, I would hazard that, like, I would say definitely the Scyllas are the most powerful enemy units in the game. Like, in terms of health and sheer range of abilities, followed by the Sirens, because their mind control abilities and their durability. And then the Chirons, which are the artillery dudes, because, yeah, they can really mess up a formation. So, yeah, as you can see, though, the Infiltrator Assault, or Infiltrator pretty much anything, is insanely overpowered. But I would say specifically the shotgun, because no other weapon are you going to be able to get within this range, and then with your will points and your combination of rapid clearance, clear all this. Like, one dude basically killed like 6 of these dudes by himself in one round, because he just got to keep firing and firing and firing and firing, because he got 2 action points for each enemy killed, which gave him another shot, and he could one-shot all these dudes from behind with his infiltrator bonuses. So yeah, this to me is by far the most overpowered build. Now, because I don't like to criticize something for being overpowered or broken or anything without talking about how it could potentially be fixed, I think the easiest way to fix the infiltrator problem, and I have a few ideas, but here's the first one, do not allow, so if they ever wanted to do an update, do not allow the player to cross-class into Infiltrator. Because if you have enough single like base classes in the game, you could just be like, boom, okay, I want everybody to be cross-classed into Infiltrator. Instead, I think what they should do is they should require that your infiltrators cannot be cross-classed into, you have to get them from Synedrian enclaves or Synedrian havens. Now, Synedrian havens don't always produce infiltrators. It's actually kind of rare. You just as easily will get a sniper or an assault troop from Synedrian as you will, more likely to get those than you will an infiltrator. I feel like this also leads into a benefit to the greater part of the game as well, which is if the only way you're going to get infiltrators is from Synedrian havens, you're going to work that much harder to not only make sure that Synedrian enclaves are protected, but that the most number of Synedrian enclaves are protected so you can get infiltrators. Now, I don't have a problem with being able to cross-class an existing infiltrator into another class. I don't think that's super overpowered because you'd have to rely on recruiting infiltrators and then cross-classing, so it would give you much fewer infiltrators. But with the current system of everybody being able to cross-class into infiltrators as soon as you get the experience, you could have an entire army, or in this case, an entire squad of nothing but infiltrators, and then you give it the infiltrator armor, which is very easy to build, and enough mutation points, and you could easily have your base protected by nothing but a 85 to 110% stealth camoed guardians, and then you just walk up to the enemy and put your gun to their forehead, and boom, kill them instantly. So that would be the first way I would recommend fixing the overpowered and exploitable nature of this class of infiltrators. Second, I feel like you should be able, like the enemy should have some way to detect you, or you have a way to reveal yourself. Now, the easiest way to do this in my mind is if you want to keep it in the game where you can, if you have 110% stealth, you can get right up next to an enemy without being detected, that's fine. But I feel like every weapon that isn't silent should completely pull you out of stealth camo. Like, see this little haze and this that tells me I'm hidden? I feel like that should go away as soon as you use a loud weapon, whether it's an explosive, a shotgun, an assault rifle, a machine gun, a rocket launcher, it doesn't matter. Pistol, whatever. Basically, that would leave you with the quote-unquote silent weapons. So you could use stealth camo and a melee weapon, or you could use stealth camo and the crossbows and not be revealed. Which is still overpowered, but again, it makes more sense logically because this whole crowd wasn't aware of me as I started putting shotgun rounds into the back of people's heads. So yeah, I feel like that would be the other big fix. So yeah. With that, we have proven that this is definitely one of the most overpowered builds, if not the most overpowered build in the game. Feel free to share your ideas as to how this could potentially be made less exploited, like less of an exploit. And yeah, if there's any other builds you want me to test out and discuss, also feel free to share those in the comments below. In the meantime, thank you all so very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.